We got the special benediction. Give me 1 minute. So Brahmaji has got the special benediction for doing a lot of finance, and Lord himself instructed him to do tapasya, tap. This is how he does tapasya for 1,016 years. And Lord is very much satisfied with him. So in the personal abode of Lord, material modes doesn't prevail. There is no influence of even goodness. That was what we studied last time. So without discrimination, both demigods and demons worship the Lord as devotees. So Lord is common for everyone. 11th verse. Shama Shama Vadata Shatapatra Lochana Ishanga Vastra Suruchaha Supeshasaha Sarve Chaturvahava Unmishan Mani Pravekanishka Bharana Suvachasaham. So Lord's beautiful color. The beautiful color now, the inhabitants are also having the same color that has been given. Even the inhabitants have sky bluish color. Shatapatra, like the lotus. Their eyes are also like the lotus. They are also wearing the yellow garment. And then they also have 4 hands. That's what he said. Jagannath Puri residents, they are also Vaikuntavasis. The denizens from the heaven, they see Jagannath Puri Vasis, and they see, oh, Vaikuntavasis are moving here. The Vaikuntavasis description has been given. They also have 4 hands. And then Mani Pravakaha. That means they have the pulse, which is the superior quality. So they have the necklaces of pearls. And they all appear very bright. And they are all young, all are youth, growing youths. So in this way, Vaikuntavasis have been described. Because darshan of Vaikuntha is given to Brahma. Brahma is seeing this Vaikuntha. And what is there in Vaikuntha? Vaikuntha first is above all the 3 modes. And then in Vaikuntha, all the self-realized souls are there. It's free from all the vices, no miseries. It is free from all the gunas. Even the satoguna doesn't affect there, material satoguna. And the Vaikuntha Vasis are so beautiful, so young, from all youth. They look very wonderful. Okay? Aruna, read this verse.
Hare Krishna, text 11. Shama vadata shatapatra lochanaha tishanka vastra surucha supeshasaha sarve chaturbhaghava unmishanmani pravekanishka bharana suvarchasaha. Translation: the inhabitants of the Vaikuntha planets are described as having a glowing sky bluish complexion. Their eyes resemble lotus flowers, their dress is of yellow color, and their bodily features are very attractive. They are just the age of growing youths. They all have 4 hands. They are all nicely decorated with pearl necklaces with ornamental medallions, and they all appear to be effulgent. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The inhabitants in Vaikuntha Loka are all personalities with spiritual bodily features not to be found in the material world. They can find the descriptions in the revealed scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam. Impersonal descriptions of transcendence in the scriptures indicate that The bodily features in Vaikuntha Loka are never to be seen in any part of the universe, as there are different bodily features in different places of a particular planet, or as there are different bodily features between bodies in different planets. Similarly, the bodily features of the inhabitants in Vaikuntha Loka are completely different from those in the material universe. For example, the four hands are distinct from the two hands in this world. Hare Krishna.
They are dark in complexion. Huh? They are dark in complexion. They shine like lotus. They are very pleasing. They are very young. Supeshaha. Supeshashaha. They are very young. They have the best ornaments. Bravekaha. Shining with shining jewels. Unmishata. So Bhagavatam is describing about those devotees who have forms like the Lord with colors like red and yellow. Bhagavatam, there is a verse, Laghu Bhagavatamrita. In the Laghu Bhagavatamrita, there is a verse, Harir Anuvrtaha Yatraha Shamaruna Haritsitaha Tattad Varnam Upashriyasam Tad Sarupyam Upakataha. In that place, the Lord's associates are black, reddish, green, or white in complexion. By worshipping the Lord with a particular complexion, the devotee attains a form with a similar complexion. So, how the complexion comes? If he is worshipping Lord as Shvetavaraha, then he will get white color. If he worships Lord as Raktavaraha, red color. If he worships Lord as Shamasundar, Shamavarana. And so, whatever color, Hamsa, white color. So, whatever color the devotee worships the Lord with that color, he also attains that color. Laghu Bhagavatamrita speaks about it. Okay. Pravala Vaidurya Murnala Varchasaha Parisfurat Kundala Mauli Malinaha. So, coral, diamond, like this they are wearing. Some of them are effulgent like coral and diamond in complexion. Coral means red color, diamond shining white color. And then Varchasa Parisfurata Kundala Mauli Malinaha. So they have garlands on their heads, blooming like lotus flowers. And some wear earrings also. Okay, read Aruna, continue.
Hare Krishna. Text 12. Pravala Vaidurya Mrunala Varchasaha Parispurat Kundala Mauli Malinaha. Translation. Some of them are effulgent like coral and diamonds in complexion and have garlands on their heads, blooming like lotus flowers, and some wear earrings. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are some inhabitants who have attained the liberation of Sarupya, or possessing bodily features like those of the personality of Godhead. The Vaidurya diamond is especially meant for the personality of Godhead, but one who achieves the liberation of bodily equality with the Lord is specially favored with such diamonds on his body. Hare Krishna.
Brajishnuvirya parito virajate lasad vimana mahatmanam vidyotamana pramadottamayu madhyudibihi savit yud brava libhir yathanavaha. So Brajishnubhir means glowing. This Vaikunthas are very glowing. Then Paritaha Vrajate, surrounded by the situated Lasat Vimana. So this glowing Vaikuntha Or you can say the Vaikuntha is glowing because of the Vimana also, it is surrounded by the Vimanas. Avilibhi. Avilibhi means assemblage, Mahatmana, of the great devotees of the Lord. Vidyotmanaha, beautiful like lightning. Pramada, that is ladies. Uttama, celestial. Adyubhihi, by complexion. Sa Vidyut, with electric lightning. Abhravalibi, with clouds in the sky. Yatha, as it were, Nabha, the sky. So the Vaikuntha planets are also surrounded by various airplanes. They are all glowing, shining beautifully, that is brilliantly. These airplanes belong to the great Mahatmas or devotees of the Lord. The ladies are as beautiful as lightning because of the celestial complexions, and all these combined together appear just like the sky decorated with both clouds and lightning. So very beautiful, because the airplanes are there on that very beautiful celestial ladies are also sitting. The whole Vaikuntha planet seems to be like a sky having cloud and lightning. Okay, Raksha, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji Danut Pranam. Shloka 13. Brajeshnuਭીર્યા परितो विराजते लसद्विमानावलिभिर्महात्मना विधोतमानः प्रमोदत् माधुभिः सविद्युतभ्रावलिभिर्यथा नभः. Translation: The Vaikuntha planets are also surrounded by various airplanes, all glowing and brilliantly situated. These aeroplanes belong to the great Mahatmas or devotees of the Lord. The ladies are as beautiful as lightning because of their celestial complexions, and all these combined together appear just like the sky decorated with both clouds and lightning. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. It appears that in the Vaikuntha planet there are also aeroplanes brilliantly glowing, and they are occupied by the great devotees of the Lord, with ladies of celestial beauty as brilliant as lightning. As there are aeroplanes, so there must be different types of carriage like aeroplanes, but they may not be driven machines as we have experienced in this world, because everything is of the same nature of eternity, bliss and knowledge. The aeroplanes and carriages are all of the same quality as Brahman. Although there is nothing except Brahman, one should not mistakenly think that there is only void and no variegatedness. Thinking like that is due to a poor fund of knowledge. Otherwise, no one would have such a misconception of voidness in Brahman. As there are aeroplanes, ladies and gentlemen, so there must be cities and houses and everything else just suitable to the particular planets. One should not carry the ideas of imperfections from this world to the transcendental world and not take into consideration the nature of the atmosphere as completely free from the influence of time, etc., as described previously. Hare Krishna.
So these planes belong to Mahatmas, that means great devotees. And they have their wives with them. That means there's a lady sitting, means who is that lady? So the eternal Jodi is there, who are always serving Krishna. So that means houses must be there. So in this way, they eternally serve Krishna. Then how is Lakshmi serving? Lakshmi serves Narayana with her all associates. That is given the 14th verse. Shriryatra Rupini. What is this word? Uru. Okay. It has been removed from here. Okay. Shriyatra Rupini Urugaya Padayoho Karoti Manam Bahuda Vibhutibihi Premkham Shritaya Kusuma Kara Nugai Vigiyamana Priyakarma Gayati. Shri means Lakshmi. Yatra, in the Vaikuntha planets. Rupini, in a transcendental form. Urugaya. Urugaya means one who is sung by the great devotees, that is Lord. Padayoho, under the lotus feet of the Lord. Karoti does, Manam, respectful services, Bahuda, in diverse paraphernalia. Vibhuti Bihi, accompanied by her personal associates. Then Prenkham, moments of enjoyment. Shita, taken shelter of. Yahahu, Kusumakam, spring. Anugai, by the black bees. Vigiyamana, being followed by the songs. Priyakarma, activities of the dearmost. Gayati, singing. So, Lakshmi, what she's doing in the Vaikuntha planets, she's very beautiful, Rupini. Oh, Gandhi, Prabhu, please mute your phone. Mute your phone, Prabhu. Gautam, why don't you make Aruna co-host? So in the Vaikuntha planet, she's very beautiful. The goddess of Lakshmi is very beautiful. She is serving Lord. She sits under the lotus feet of Lord, Padayoho, and she always offers respectful services. That means she knows my husband is God. And she serves him with Bahuda Vibhuti Bihi, and with diverse paraphernalia provided by her associates. In this way, Krishna is enjoying. And then it is like the comparison is given, moved by the black bees, followers of spring. And being moved by the black bees, followers of spring, she is not only engaging in variegated pleasure. So it is like followers of spring. What is followers of spring? Being moved by the black bees. Let us see what is written here. Sitting on a swing. It is actually moved by the black bees, followers of spring. Here, very nicely it has been given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that she sits on the spring, on the swing. It is actually the swing. She sits on the swing, which is praised by the bees. She sits on the swing. In the spring season, they sit, na? And what she does, she sings about the activities of the Lord. That is why Lord's name is Urugaya. She is always praising. Others also praise, she also praise. Kusuma Kara Nugai means bees they are. In this way, she is very beautiful. She is singing the activities of the Lord. Okay. We can do the next verse also. Or you do now. Bindu, you do this verse.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, do this verse.
Shriyatra Rupini Urugaya Padayo Karoti Manam Bahuda Vibhuti Bihi Prenkham Shritaya Kusumakara Nugair Virgiyamana Priyakarma Gayati. Translation. The goddess of fortune is very transcendental form. In a very transcendental form, is engaged in the loving service of the Lord's lotus feet, and being moved by the black bees, followers of spring, she is not only engaged in with the variegatedness, pleasure, service of the Lord, along with her constant companions, but is also engaged in singing the glories of the Lord's activities. Hare Krishna.
So she has her companions. She provides Lord with all the services. That is the paraphernalia which has been given by her associates. She loves to serve Krishna in this way. Narayana. In Vaikuntha, it's Narayana. Same Krishna in Narayana. Next. Dadarsha Tatra Khila Satvatam Patim Shriyapatim Yagyapatim Jagatpatim Surandananda प्रबलार्हणाब्दिभिः स्वपार्षदाग्रैः परिसेवितं विभुं ददर्श. Brahma saw, dadarsha. So Brahmaji, what he saw? Tatra, in Vaikuntha, Akila Satvatam Patim. He saw Lord, who is Satvatam Patim. We have done this, Satvatam Patim. He is the husband of, or the caretaker, or the Lord of all the devotees, Satvatam Patim. Shriya Patim. You remember in one of the purport in Bhagavad Gita, we saw this, Shriya Patim, Yajna Patim. Open. About the Yajna when it comes. How Krishna started the Yajna. 3rd chapter. In 3rd chapter about the Yajna is there. When Krishna created the whole universe, how he created with the set of men and the Yajnas, which is that word, just see 3rd chapter. So Yajnapatim, he is the Lord of the sacrifice. He is Jagatpatim. In this way, Jagatpatim, Yajnapatim, Shriyapatim, Satvatam Patim, he saw Sunanda, he saw Nanda, he saw Prabala, Arhana. Everybody are serving him. So they serve, how they serve? Parisevitam. They serve with great love. So much of love they have. And whom they are serving? Vibhu. Okay. You saw that verse? Bhagavad Gita.
3.10 Mataji.
What is that verse?
3.10.
Read.
Sahayajna praja srushta purovacha prajapati anena prasavishya dhumesha ves. That is the Vesti Vashkama Duk. This is the Bhagavad Gita verse.
Why are you reading that? Did I ask you to read Bhagavad Gita verse?
Shriya.
I asked you to read the purport. Purport
Yeah.
which verse?
3.10 is the purport. Shriya patir yajna pati prajapatir dhyam patir loka patir dhara patihi patir gatis chandhaka vrishti satvatam prasidatam me bhagavan satam patihi.
Prasidatam. This is the
Shall I read
prasada
the
which
meaning?
Lord has given. This is the mercy. He is the Lord of everyone. Satatam Patim, Yajnapatim, Shriyapatim, Dhiyapatim. Same thing has been given here. Okay, read this verse, Aruna. Read.
ददर्श तत्राखिल सात्वतां पतिं श्रियपतिं यज्ञपतिं जगत्पतिं सुनन्दनन्द प्रबलार्हणादिभिः स्वपार्षदाग्रैः परिसेवितं विभुम्. Translation. Lord Brahma saw in the Vaikuntha planets the personality of Godhead, who is the Lord of the entire devotee community, the Lord of the goddess of fortune, the Lord of all sacrifices, and the Lord of the universe, and who is served by the foremost servitors like Nanda, Sunanda, Prabhala, and Arhana, his immediate associates. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When we speak of a king, it is naturally understood that the king is accompanied by his confidential associates like his secretary, private secretary, aide-de-camp, ministers and advisors. So also, when we see the Lord, we see him with different energies, associates, confidential servitors, etc. So the Supreme Lord, who is the leader of all living entities, the Lord of all devotee sects, the Lord of all opulences and the Lord of sacrifices, and the enjoyer of everything in his entire creation, is not only the Supreme Person, but also is always surrounded by his immediate associates, all engaged in their loving transcendental service to him. Hare Krishna.
Now what is Lord doing there? What is he seeing? Mritya prasada bhimukham drugasavam prasanna sasaruna lochananam Kireetinam kundalinam chaturbhujam pitamshukam vakshasi lakshitam shriyam. So, servitor prasada. Prasada means affection. See, that verse also you had prasiditam. Prasiditam. You had, no? No, just now you read, Aruna? Prasiditam. What was the last line? So, here also prasada is there. Prasada means affection. You love someone, then only you give prasada, isn't it? Prasada means affection, simple. Affection. Abhimukham. So, Lord is looking at them favorably with great affection. Brick means his very sight is so beautiful and is very intoxicating also. Asavam means very intoxicating. He is very much pleased. Prasanna. Hasa. Very smiling, very pleasing smile. Arulaha lochana. His eyes are reddish. Ananam. His face is very beautiful. Kiritinam. He has helmet. He has earrings. Chaturbhujam. He has four hands. Pita Amshukam. He wears yellow garments. And now, this is the one thing which is not there with the residents of Vaikuntha. What is that? Vakshasi Lakshitam Shriya. On his chest, there is Lakshmi, Vakshasthala. In the Vakshasthala, who is there? Lakshmi is there. And Lord has Vanamala. This Vanamala and Lakshmi's Vakshasthala. That means the place where Lakshmi sits. These two things are not there with Kaustubhamani. Sorry, Vanamala is there with everyone, but Kaustubhamani. Kaustubhamani and what you call the place where Lakshmi sits? What's the name? What is the name? Unmute, na? Unmute will speak. Unmute. Shrivatsa.
What is Vakshasthala?
Shrivatsa Chinna.
Shrivasa Shridi.
Unmute yourselves, unmute yourselves and speak. So Shrivatsa and Kaustuba. These two things are not there with the residents of Vaikuntha. That is how one should understand, to know who is Krishna, who is Narayana there. Everybody looks like Narayana. So if you happen to go to Vaikuntha, you should not be confused. Because when you go to Vaikuntha, you will also get the same form as Lord. Then what to do? How to identify who is Narayana? Then you should see, oh, Vakshasthala. And Shri Lakshmi is serving. Lakshmi serves there with all the paraphernalia. Lord is looking at everyone with beautiful, wonderful face. He has the helmet. He has 4 hands. And then his gentle smile. Lord's always smile is very gentle. He is prasanna chittaha. In this way, though he is sitting in the office, see, Jashankha Chakra Gada Padma, still his energies are there to work for him. He doesn't have to do anything. Parasa Shakti Vibhideva Shuyate. He is Prasannatma. Okay? Read Raksha. Read.
Matat. Hare Krishna. Sloka 16. Nrutya prasadabhimukham dragasavam prasannahasarunalocananam kiritinam kundalinam chaturbhujam pitamshukam vakshasi lakshitam shriya. Translation. The personality of Godhead seen learning favorably towards his loving servitor. His very sight, intoxicated and attractive, appeared to be very much satisfied. He had a smiling face decorated with an enchanting reddish hue. He was dressed in yellow robes and wore earrings and helmet on his head. He had 4 hands and his chest was marked with the lines of the goddess of fortune. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. In the Padma Purana, Uttarakhand, there is a full description of the Yoga Pit, or the particular place where the Lord is in audience or his eternal devotees. In that Yoga Pit, the personification of religion, knowledge, opulence, and renunciations are all seated at the lotus feet of the Lord. The 4 Vedas, namely Rig, Sam, Yajur, and Atharva, are present there. Personally, to advise the Lord, the 16 energies headed by Chanda are all present there. Chanda and the Kumunda are the first two doorkeepers. At the middle door of the doorkeepers named Bhadra and Subhadra. And at the last door are Jai and Vijay. There are other doorkeepers also named Kumund, Kumundaksha, Pundarika, Vaman, Sankhapurna, Sarventara, Sumukha, etc. The Lord's place is well decorated and protected by the above mentioned doorkeepers. Hare Krishna.
Elaborately here, Shri Vishnu Thakur gives. Let me read from here now. 16th verse, na? Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
And 17th, that elaboration is there. Okay. So he's giving joy to everyone. How? By Drig Asavam. Asavam means seeing very beautifully to everyone. Drig Asavam. In this way, he gives joy to everyone. Now let us read 17th. In this, very elaborately about the 16 energies which Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in the 16th verse itself. Let us see this 17th verse. Adhyarhaniya sanamastitam param Vritam chatushorashapam cha shaktibihi yuktam bhagai swairittaratra chadhruvaihi swaeva dhaman ramamanamishwaram. Adhyarhaniya is greatly worshipable. Asanam astitam param. So Lord is seated on the throne. Vritam chatuhu. Vritam chatuhu. He is surrounded by first 4 Shaktis, then 16 Shaktis, 5 Shaktis. Okay? 4, 16, 5. So total are 25 Shaktis are there. He is empowered with Bhagai, opulences. They are all empowered with his opulences. How is Lord empowered? He will empower the Shaktis, na? So they are empowered with his opulences. Swai, personal. Then Itaraha, other minor provinces. And then Adhruvahi, temporary. Dhaman Ramamanam Ishwaram. So Ramamanam means he is enjoying. Lord is enjoying. Enjoying his own abode. Okay. Okay, let us see. So he saw the Lord who is seated on the wonderful throne, praiseworthy throne. He is surrounded by 4, 16 and 5 energies, 25 energies. He is endowed with natural power, who are endowed with natural powers, temporary powers of all powerful beings, and who enjoyed in that spiritual abode. So what are that 4 Shaktis? Dharma, Jnana, Aishwarya, Vairagya. These are the 4 Shaktis. Dharma, Jnana, Aishwarya, Vairagya. So this is described in Padma Puran. Padma Puran describes the center of Vaikuntha. Dharma, Jnana, Tathaishwarya, Vairagya, Pada Vigrahi. Rigi Yajus, Samatharvana, Rupai Nityam, Vritam, Kramada. So Dharma, Jnana, Aishwarya, Vairagya. And these are the personification of Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva. Okay. So these 4 come as Dharma, Jnana, Aishwarya, Vairagya. So in this way they are surrounded. There are 16 Shaktis. That is also described in Padma Puran. Chanda, Prachanda, Pragdware. Pragdware means eastern gates. Yamye, Yamye. Yamye means southern gate. Bhadra Subhadra. Okay, Subhadra come. Varunyam Jaya Vijaya Saumye. Wait. Varunyam Jaya Vijaya. Okay, Jaya Vijaya are there in the western gates. Saumye Dhatra Vidhartra. Dhata and Vidhata. They are there in the northern gate. Kaumudaha Kaumudakashascha Poundrika Vamana. Then Shankukarna. Who is Shankukarna, you know? Brahmaji's personal servant is Shankukarna. Shankukarna only appeared as Pallada, Bahilika, then Vyasatirtha and Raghavendra. Shankukarna Supratishthitaha. Then Etetik Patayah Proktah Puriyam Atra Sushobhane. So Sarvanetra Shankukarna Sarvanetra Samukha Supratishthita. So all these are the energies in the eastern direction. Padma Puran speaks. Like this, 16 Shaktis are there. Who are the 5 Shaktis? Kurmascha Nagarajascha. Then Vatam Vanateyas. Vinita Sanna Garuda. Kurma Ananta Garuda. Traishwara. They are the Lord of the Vedas. Chandamsi Sarva Mantrascha Pitaha Rupatvam Astitaha. So in this way, all the mantras are situated in the form of the Pitha, the Vedic meters and all the mantras. So Kurma, Ananta, Garuda, Vedic meters and all the mantras. They are all the 5 Shaktis. So in this way, 4, 16 and the 5. They are all surrounding Lord. Then on top of that, Vishnu Murtis are also there. They are also surrounding him, headed by Aja. Okay, 24 elements for the creation. Mat Tattva. All the Vishnu Murtis were surrounded by the opulences, headed by Anima Siddhi, by the mystic potencies, headed by Aja, and by the 24 elements for creation of the material world. So in this way, the 24 elements are also there. The Lord was also endowed with his natural powers, Svai Bhagai, and the temporary powers, Adhrubhai, of Brahma, and others, Itarata. He saw the Lord who enjoys in Vaikuntha with his own form. So Lord has his natural powers. Lord is surrounded by temporary powers also, which he gives to Brahma. They are all temporary powers, because this is a temporary creation. Na? Temporary power is given for the temporary creation of the material world. And for the temporary creation, you should have 24 elements. So 24 elements are also there. All the Shaktis are also there. Lord is empowering them. But what type of power is giving? Temporary power is giving. For using for certain activities. But Lord has his natural power. One is natural power, one is temporary power which is given. Okay. Bindu, read.
Hare Krishna. Adhyarhaniya kanam astitam param vritam chatu shodasha panchashaktibihi yuktam bhagay ve itaratra chadruvaihe svaevada man ramamanam ishwaram. Translation. The Lord was seated on his throne and was surrounded by different energies like the 4, the 16, the 5, and the 6 natural opulences, along with the other insignificant energies of the temporary character, but he was the factual Supreme Lord, enjoying his own abode. Purport. The Lord is naturally endowed with the six opulences. Specifically, he is the richest, he is the most powerful, he is the most famous, he is the most beautiful. He is the greatest in knowledge and he is the greatest renouncer of his as well. As for his material creative energies, he is served by four, namely the principles of Prakriti, Purusha, Mahatattva, and Ego. He is also served by the 16, namely the five elements earth, water, air, fire, and sky, the five perceptive sense organs, the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and skin, and the five working senses organs, the hand, the leg, the stomach, the evacuation outlet, and the genitals, and the mind. The five includes the sense objects, namely form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. All these 25 element items serve the Lord in the material creation, and all of them are personally present to serve the Lord. The insignificant opulences numbering 8, the Ashtasiddhis, attained by the yogis are temporary overlordship, are also under his control. But he is naturally full with all such powers without any effort, and therefore he is the Supreme Lord. The living being, by severe penance and performance of bodily exercises, can temporarily attain some wonderful power, but that does not make him the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord, by his own potency, is unlimitedly more powerful than any yogi. He is unlimitedly more learned than any jnani. He is unlimitedly richer than any wealthy person. He is unlimitedly more beautiful than any beautiful living being, and he is unlimitedly more charitable than any philanthropist. He is above all. No one is equal to or greater than him, nor can anyone reach his level of perfection in any of the above powers by any amount of penance or yogic demonstrations. The yogis are dependent on his mercy. Out of his immensely charitable disposition, he can award some temporary powers to the yogis because of the yogis' hankering after them. But to his unalloyed devotees who do not want anything from the Lord save and accept his transcendental service, the Lord is so pleased that he gives himself in exchange for unalloyed service. Hare Krishna Mataji.
We have 24 elements. Huh? Here 25. Prabhupada says about the 25. Now see what comes. In the first 5 are the earth, water, fire, and ether. 5 sense organs. Then 5 knowledge gaining senses, 5 working senses, 5 sense objects. Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. That has also been given. Man, Buddhi is not here, not included. Man and Ahankar is there. Right? Man and Ahankar, Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. Then you have Pradhana. That means which has the three modes. Generally what we do, that only, na? Instead of that Pradhana and Buddhi, what is given? Prakriti, Purushaha, Mahatattva. Prakriti, that means 3 modes of material nature has come in that. Prakriti means what? 3 modes of material nature. Purusha is there. Mahatattva. Then Mahatattva you can consider as intelligence. Because when we say Mahatattva, naturally 24 elements come in that. But here, how it has been given is Prakriti, Purusha, Mahatattva, Ego. Okay. So Prakriti is three modes of material nature. Purusha, that means a living entity. Now here Purusha refers to the living entity. Mahatattva, which includes all the 24 elements, and ego. Now, in the spiritual world, ego is true ego. Understand it very nicely. Why ego is given? How ego can go in the spiritual world? Because true ego is there. See, he is served by 4. And Brahmaji could see that he is surrounded. That means their true ego is there. And Purusha refers to the Jiva. Which Jiva there? Akshara Jivas. In the material world, Shara Jivas are there. Now Mahat Tattva, which is the combination of all the elements. 24 elements again. Now he is served by 16. That is also given. Now Prabhupada writes this in this. But in Vishwa Chakravarti Thakur writes the 16th verse, purport 4, who are the 4, 16 Shaktis that has been given. See here. Dharma, Jnana, Aishwarya, Vairagya, Padma Puran speaks that all has been given. Okay. And then the insignificant opulences are Ashtasiddhis. These are all temporary. Insignificant opulences mean temporary opulences. The Siddhis which Lord bestows. See, he should have everything with him, surrounded. Some yogi is doing a lot of tapasya. Then what he does? Immediately he will give that Siddhi. He is surrounded by Ashtasiddhis. All these are insignificant temporary powers. Okay. Okay. So any questions you can ask. You have 64 verses to cover. Second canto. It will take another 2 months. Then you can start with the third canto. Okay. Any questions? No questions.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. The 6 natural opulences is Aishwarya, Shriya, what he has in abundance. That is the 6 natural opulences, no, Mataji? We can take that way.
Yes. Aishwarya se Samagra se Virya se Yasha se Shriya. Jnana Vairagya Yashchava Shandam Bhakta Itinganam. These are the natural opulences which he has. Other all things are there with him. He has to give, He has to give means what? He should have with him. Like creation is happening. The Mahat Tattva. Immediately Mahat Tattva's role goes. Like that.
And that is only the Ashtasiddhis given to the yogis in limited.
Ashtasiddhis. Anima, Lagima, what was all those things are there? All those things. All Ashtasiddhis name. Put that names in the group. Anima, Mahima, what is that? All small things. You become small, you become big, you can float, you can go to another planet, you can do Vashi. All those things are there, and all Ashtasiddhis. Okay.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, tell.
Mataji, the lines of the goddess of fortune marked on his chest. That is given.
That is a
the
place.
Lines of...
That is a place. Srivatsa is the place where she sits.
Okay. So why written as the lines of the goddess of fortune? Not like...
Line means that place. Like you mark, You mark when, like a star. So that line, she sits.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
In
verse 16, the doorkeepers' names are given. And Prabhupada's purport mentions middle door, last door, that way.
First, middle, and
in
last.
Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, Mataji, you had read some north door, south door. So is it that
all south door, north door, east door, in all the doors you have. Sunanda, Nanda, Jaya, Vijaya.
Here Prabhupada is mentioning as middle door, last door, that way.
Prabhupada has mentioned.
So my question is,
only 3 doors.
Is the middle door facing one side? No, even then, Prabhupada is mentioning it as middle door, last door, that way, and not as north south. So my question is, are these middle door and the other doors face different directions?
That's what I read, na? East, west, north, south. Like how in temple, you have 4 doors, na? Dwara, you have, no? If you go to Jagannath Puri, you have northern gate, southern
4
gate,
doors.
southern gate. So like that, Lord is placed in the
Yes,
middle and you can enter from eastern gate, western gate. Doorkeepers are there in all the gates. In one gate, many doorkeepers are there, east. What is mentioned? So many are there.
Okay,
What was the verse number?
16.
16. Yeah. In the 70th, there has been put east gate mein Chanda Prachanda, southern gate mein Bhadra Subhadra, west gate Jai Vijay. That means through the west gate, Kumaras were trying to enter. That is where all the curse and all happens. No? Northern gate, you have Dhata Vidhata. In the direction starting from east, there are so many. That means in starting from east, other people are also there. Kumuda, Kumudaksha, Pundarika, Vamana, Shankukarna, Sarvanitra, Shumukha, Supratishta. So many, you see. So many are there.
माता जी, इतने सारे द्वारपालों में से सिर्फ जय विजय ने भगवान को मतलब सारे अवतार भगवान के सामने फाइट की.
कुमार को भगवान को आने का मूड था. Lord wants to show his opulence. In Vaikuntha, how will he show his Veera opulence? He is all powerful. He has all 6 qualities, 6 opulences as natural opulences, natural powers. Now, Veera power, to whom will he show Veera opulence? That means he is very powerful. Whom will he show? So, he makes an arrangement where Jai Vijay are sent as demons. So, that is the only reason. Or what is it? He is feeling bored there. What to do? All are giving so much of respectful love. So, you have to show some power and all. Okay.
माता जी, हमें भी चेंज चाहिए, ऐसे भगवान को भी सब चेंज चाहिए, कुछ अच्छा सा.
Lord, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Mataya Manasu Yah Pranyam Pratikram Smartan Leela Itena Bhuvanani Jayatya Jasram Govindamadi Purushandamam Bhajami. When Lord shows these opulences, all the devotees, they clap their hands. So, Krishna wants to increase the muda. Muda means the happiness in the face of the devotees. Like when you go to see the cricket match, you see when your country wins, immediately what everybody does, hey, jai, jai. Everybody wants their team to win. So when Krishna wins, every devotee is very happy. And Krishna, especially when Hiranyakashipu was to be killed, Krishna fought right from the afternoon. You see how much tension was there. All the demigods were peeping and seeing. They were not having the daring to come out because already Hiranyakashipu treated them like servants. He made Indra also do some grooming activity and all those things. So they were really very confused also, afraid also. They know that Lord has come. At the same time, they do not have much confidence because if they show the happiness and suppose ulta it becomes, then again they will be treated very badly. So they were peeping and seeing slowly. So in this way, but when Hiranyakashipu is killed, all are showering the flowers. They're so happy. But again, they did not dare to come before Lord. This Prahlada who goes before Lord. Okay. Stop here. Mancha Paipadaru Vaishya Kupa Sindhu Vyachapati Tanu Pavni Vyashna.